Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Andor. This is episode 10. Episode 9 was a banger. It was so good. It was so tense from start to finish, just like edge of your seat, anxiety-inducing content. So expertly written, like just wonderful, wonderful the whole way through. And then Andy Serkis hits us with the hardest line in the history of Star Wars. Never more than 12. Oh, brother, give me those goosebumps. Oh, it was so good. It's so good. Probably one of my favorite live action moments in Star Wars, honestly. The Never More Than 12 is hype city. Like, how do you not get just like stoked out of your mind for the coming rebellion? It's just like, this show's so good, and it feels very fitting right now for me to be watching this like unapologetically anti-fascist show, given that the midterm elections just happened this yesterday as I'm watching this. Technically still awake from then. I voted. So it feels so fitting, given that the midterm elections just happened, and I live in Minnesota, where the population of Minnesota told the Republican Party to get fucked, and just absolutely bodied them in the elections. I haven't had a chance to check how the rest of the nation is doing in terms of that, but it feels very fitting here in Minnesota that on a night where fascism got told to kick rocks, that I now get to watch a show that is just unapologetically anti-fascism. So we're excited. So you can tell I'm pretty stoked to jump into this episode. So before we do that, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more Star Wars content, because I'm going to watch all of it. I love Star Wars. I think it's fantastic. And then if you are interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. That's linked in the description below. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 10 of Star Wars Andor. Poor guy. He's angry.
We need to go tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You heard me? They're afraid. Right now, they're afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
They just killed 100 men to keep them quiet. What would you call that?
I'd call that power.
No, that's fear.
Power doesn't panic.
Ooh.
You don't have time to be stupid!
Come on!
The plan works around a new man coming down. They'll replace Olaf tomorrow.
That's true.
I'd rather die trying to take them down than die giving them what they want.
Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Facts.
It has to be tomorrow. Program.
On program. Oh, just the instead of going straight to the back of the head, the brushing of the hair back with the fear.
Chief, floor! What's going on? The doctor told us what happened down on 2.
Surely a doctor, they would never tell him.
No one is getting out!
Yes, Kino, yes. Let them know.
So let's get our heads back in our cells and start figuring this out.
I think only Cassian and Melshi make it out.
Suggestion, sir.
Yes.
I don't think we should step away.
Oh,
We should do what we normally do. Unidentified ship, dead pilot. We'd want to take a look, wouldn't we? Least suspicious thing that we could do would be to take an interest.
That is exactly what we will do.
True. If you back away, might be suspicious. But I wonder if this is an inside man. Maybe he's trying to warn them.
Let's make it look good.
I'm getting excited. It's not gonna go perfectly, but I'm getting excited. Stop looking up there, they're gonna get suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
She needs her meds, she knows it.
Oh no.
We caught her hiding them now.
I've met your husband several times.
I'm sure.
Yeah, her husband's a douchebag, so of course you've talked to him.
Many cultures don't fully appreciate the clarity of the Chandrilan marriage. Even our own people are confused at times. Boundaries can be liberating. The old ways have value.
Do they?
So, searching for a more fluid banking situation, are we?
We've discussed all this, Dabba.
I'd like to hear her say it. The money's yours. Family wealth is a thing to be proud of, and you ought to be able to move it as you like with your privacy intact.
What will it cost?
My fee?
We assume it's a percentage of funds transferred.
I want no fee. Money means very little to me at this point.
What's the catch then?
I insist.
And I refuse.
Please take no offense. I'd prefer not to owe any favors.
I'd like a return invitation. I'd like to come back here, at least once.
Oh, I'm sure that's something that can be arranged.
I have a 14-year-old son. I'd like to bring him with me.
Oh, marry her daughter. That's what he wants.
You can't be serious.
An arranged marriage between their children.
Her daughter's 13, she'll soon come of age. Two young people, attractive and privileged Chandrilan citizens.
What makes you think I approve of that tradition?
He says he's not asking for betrothal, but that's pretty much what he's asking for.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm not thinking about it.
That's the first untrue thing you've said.
Ooh, she's thinking about it. Honestly, Mon Mothma, your daughter sucks. So, absolutely use her as a bargaining chip. She's the worst. I mean, you may have issues with it, but I don't.
He wants a meeting, face to face.
There goes the day.
Who? I bet it's Mustache Man. Wants to meet him. He's an inside man.
It's been a year. I'm surprised he waited this long.
And if it's a trap?
Well, if it's a trap, we've already lost.
Yeah, it's the mustachioed ginger guy.
One way out. Come on!
Keep it moving!
That's the pipe that they cut.
Come on!
Or that's just a tool. Oh, it's just a tool. What about the pipe they cut in the bathroom? Yes, back to the pipe in the bathroom. Come on.
Man ready on 5-2D, requesting unit override.
Let's just grab all these parts. We're gonna use these as weapons. Work faster. Is that hydraulic fluid? Is it electricity? Like, how are they gonna use that water?
Lift engaged.
Would you say to me? You start with them! Alright! You lot! Back up program! Back up program!
Everyone knows you gotta start a fight.
What's that?
the target. Oh. They gotta get up there somehow. Oh, get cooked, loser. Oof. That's the new guy, though. Who cares about him? Chuck it. Chuck it. Yeah, just start throwing stuff. Oh. Cassian, you gotta get good, son. Oof.
Get on the tables!
The water, though. Oh, the water takes it all down. Smart. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Oh, no. Zol. Rip to the homie. Key part of the plan. Oh! Cassian, what a goat. Good way to finish him off. Now, grab those electro boots. There's only so many pairs. I mean, the power's generally down, but just in case. Ooh, it's dripping to the floor below. Oh, blasters for days, boys. Blasters for days.
One way out! Come on, Faye!
Let's go. Oh, this is incredible. That's so many floors. Holy God.
5-5, 5-3, 5-6. Burn a firewall around it. Try the whole level. Make the epicenter 5-2.
Too late.
Oh, brother.
Excuse me?
Turn it off!
You boys are gonna
So
die.
many things.
That's one down. Exactly.
Caught the power.
So Hydro. Once we turn it off, it takes months to get it back up and running again.
Yeah, that's the idea, you fucking moron. He does not care if it takes months to turn back on. Perfect. Emergency power. Night crew! Gang, gang! You boys missed some eventful stuff.
It has to be you. Come on, Kino. You do this every day. Tell them what to do.
Come on, Kino.
We are, at this moment, in control of the facility.
Is that the best you got?
You got more in you, brother.
Wherever you are, right now, get up. Stop the work. Get out of your cells. Take charge.
What if there's just one prisoner who's like really enjoys his sleep? And he's like, I'm good, brother.
We will never have a better chance than this. And I would rather die trying.
Oh,
Take them
he's
down
using his
than
own
giving
words.
them what they want.
Cassian is inspiring people.
And that ends today.
He's so good.
One
He's
way
so
out.
good.
Right now.
Apes together strong, Caesar. Apes together strong. How are you getting out of the facility total though? Like, you're in the middle of a fucking ocean.
One way out!
One way out.
One way out!
One way out. Kill them.
One way out!
Kill both of those people right now. Oh, they're gonna mess something up. Way out. Ooh, oi. Don't get trampled. Yeah, just hide. Honestly. I mean, well, you're all gonna die as soon as... Like, you're dead no matter what. One way out is swim. What if someone doesn't know how to swim? Oh, Kino, no! No! One way out. Can someone bring him? Is there a life raft? Of course, right as I say, what if someone can't swim? It's friggin' Kino. Oh.
First of all, congratulations.
On what?
Your daughter, healthy, beautiful.
He's letting him know. We know about your family, so if this actually is a trap, we'll kill her.
Is that meant to scare me?
Yes. Yes, it is.
They're searching for a thief and the middleman.
Huh. Axis.
She's gathering interest. Partagaz likes her.
Oh, this is good. Encourage this.
Encourage this?
We know that there's a raid planned on the power station at Spellhouse. If Krieger attacks, they'll be waiting.
And if he doesn't, they'll know something's amiss.
They'll be slaughtered.
Well,
you're worth more than that.
You have to warn them.
To what end? Ruin everything?
It's war. That's a substantial move. He wants out.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh, what?
I'm a father now.
Convenient. You are on a walkway with no railings. You're about to get killed.
We can't let you go, Lonnie. We can't spare you. We've been grooming you for too long, and yes, you've been alone.
Not anymore. Dang.
My sacrifice means nothing to you, does it? And what do you sacrifice?
Kindness, kinship, love.
Being genuine
I've
in
given up
any
all
sense of the
chance
word.
inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost. And by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice?
His entire being.
I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy.
His whole life.
To defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. So what do I sacrifice?
Everything.
Everything!
Oh. So good. His performance is so good too.
I need all the heroes I can get.
Dang. Didn't kill him. So badass, honestly. Our two boys. And I assume we're not gonna see Kino. show is so good. This why am I crying over goddamn Kino? Oh, the moment where he's like, I can't swim, and he almost is like laughing. He's almost like when he realizes that the one way out that he's been talking about is not available to him. It's, oh, god dang, dude. Whew. This show's incredible. It's honestly incredible. I don't know how week after week after week after week Andor further solidifies itself as the best live action Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back. Like, this first season of Andor is honestly working its way up to being in the conversation of, you know, when people ask what is the greatest first season of television ever, you hear things like Westworld, you hear things like The Leftovers, you hear things, you hear various examples. Andor is working its way up. You know, granted, it does come with a little bit of, you know, obstacle in knowing the general history of Star Wars and like where this leads to, right? You know, where we've been and where it leads to. So it's not necessarily as accessible right off the bat, but it is working its way up, honestly, as one of the single greatest first seasons of television I've ever seen. Like, every week they top it. Like, this episode barely even had the ISB stuff in it, which is incredibly engaging in its own. Didn't focus on really anyone in Ferrix. I mean, we got a little bit of hint, you know, like a 10-second scene about like what's going on in Ferrix. But for the most part, it just focuses on the main prison break and you know, and what's going on with like Luthen and things like that. And it's just like, I don't know how they do it. Tony Gilroy is a goddamn mastermind. Like, give this dude whatever he wants. Like, let him make as much Star Wars as he can possibly do. Or if he wants to take his skills from this show after season 2, you know, if he wants to transfer that over to like Rings of Power, you know, you do what you gotta do, Tony. Like, this is so incredibly engaging. Like, from the first moment, like every moment of every episode just builds on itself and builds on itself. Like, it feels so meticulously planned, and everything connects perfectly. The dialogue is absurd how good it is, and the acting, the performances that every actor is giving, even side characters that end up dying partway through the raid or the escape, are giving incredible performances. And then you have powerhouse performances by Diego Luna and Andy Serkis, just crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Just from the moment where Cassian is telling Kino, like, the plan is happening tomorrow, like, you can see, like, you can see some reluctance, right? And that's so believable, because last episode, Kino ends saying never more than 12. Like, he's totally willing to give Cassian the info he needs. But once it comes down to actually starting this, like actually breaking out, he gets the, you know, the fear of like, what if we die? Like, what if they kill us in the process? You know, is it worth it trying to escape if they kill us? And Cassian hits him with, I would rather die fighting back than die giving them what they want. And when they bring that line back later in the episode, it's just brilliant. It's so good. And this plan that they have been starting for weeks and months is just so absurdly good. He gets Kino to admit that, you know, not just admit, but tell everyone else, we're never getting out of here. Like the process that it has taken to get Kino fully on board the plan and trusting in Cassian is insane. Like it's so well written, and it's crazy how Cassian has gone from just a dude who's trying to get money, he's just trying to get paid, has gone from that to a leader of men, like actively staging a rebellion. Like, and it's not even, the best part is it's not like, you know, his interactions with Luthen may have initially like lit that spark a little bit, but all of the character development and growth that has brought Cassian into the role that he is in. I mean, he's not even fully in it yet, but like everything that has happened to him since episode 3 to bring him into the rebellion has been pretty much of his own making, right? The situations unfolding around him, oppression coming down, the Empire's actions forcing his hand, and now because of that, he is a leader of men who will end up not only like spearheading part of the rebellion, but not like giving his life for the rebellion. Like insane. It's insane. Like knowing where this goes. It's so good. Let's take a brief pause on that. Talk about Mon Mothma trying to get some money from a gangster, and he's like, I'll give you this money if you essentially like promise your daughter to my son. And he says, he's like, I'm not asking for a betrothal. He's asking, like, he's like, I just want to introduce them, right? You know, he's like, you know, he's talking up the old customs, like, you know, it's totally cool to stick with tradition and arranged marriages of Chandrians when they're 14, 15. Like, that's fantastic. By the way, my son should meet your daughter. And that's all I will request in order to give you all this money. And it's like, bro, like, she says she's not gonna think about it, but she is. And honestly, I don't like her daughter, so it's fine with me. If her daughter was even remotely a kind person, I'd be like, you can't marry her off. Like, that's awful. Women's rights, right? Arranged marriages are awful in modern times and in our current society. Except when you're a bitch. I'm just kidding. But no, honestly, I don't care about Mon Mothma's daughter. She sucks, and I hope she dies, if we're being honest. And then this whole plan, from what, 15, 16 minutes in, when they start the plan, like the plan that we've been seeing just little bits and pieces that they have been putting together the last couple episodes. You know, all the things that Cassian notices, all the little moments, all add up when this plan starts, and we figure out what that pipe he was cutting is they're just flooding the room so that when they fry the floor, it shuts all of it down, essentially. It blows the fuses, and so they can't fry the floor anymore. And when Kino's just attack and they, like, the chaos that ensues as they climb their way out and work their way up to the command center, and they're just bodying people, just working them, just blasting away. And they get there, and Cassian is like, it has to be you. And like that, this moment specifically is so good and can mean so much going forward, because Cassian, I don't know if Cassian himself truly realizes how inspiring his actions are and his words are. Because we had the moment, like he's telling him, it has to be you. Like, this is what you do. Like, you've been doing this every day. You are the leader of these men. You're the one that leads. So you're the one that has to talk. And he starts this speech, right? Like, and he's telling, like, he's giving this announcement, and he's, using his own words. And Cassian is like, that's not good enough. We need more. And so when Kino has to dig deep and find something that is truly going to inspire these men to rise up, he uses Cassian's own words and says, we would rather die fighting back than die giving them what they want. And it's another, I don't know if Cassian truly realizes what that is, but it's another moment of him, whether it be his actions or his words, inspiring those around him to fight back against the oppression. We first saw it with his mother, right? After the raid on Aldhani, where she's like, that inspired me to be a rebel. I can walk through the square where my husband was hung, and I can do it with a smile, because I know that I'm fighting for something greater now. And then he goes to prison, right? Like, he's trying to run away from it, and he's realizing not only can he not run from it, but he has to be an integral part of the fight. Because Kino uses his own words to truly, like, his ending statements are using Cassian's words to inspire these men to rebel. And then just the chance of one way out is, it's just like, it weirdly, it gave me the same emotions of in The Dark Knight Rises, when Bruce is climbing out of the hole, right? He's in the prison hole, and he's climbing out, and he can't make it out, and he's wondering, how do I do it? And the man says, you have to climb like the child did, without the rope. And all the prisoners are watching him do this, and he leaps without the rope, and he grabs it, and they just like, they cheer for him. They're like, yeah, like, and the music that's happening in that scene, I don't know, weirdly, it gave me the same vibe as what's happening in this episode. And then he throws down the rope, and he's freeing them all. And like, just seeing them like fully in a rebellion, right? Like, these men are not resigning themselves to dying in prison for this fascist regime. Is mwah, 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 mwah. And the guards are hiding. The guards are gonna die no matter what, right? Like, they're hiding at the moment because they're like, oh, I might get beaten to death if I die. Not really thinking about the fact that, like, whenever their superiors or whoever comes and finds them and is like, yo, what happened? They're just gonna kill them. Like, the price for not doing your job right is death in this situation. So those guards are dying no matter what. And then they reach the outside, where the ships drop them off. Luckily it wasn't super high. It was high enough for them to jump and swim to the shore. God damn. Literally, as a joke, I was like, what if someone can't swim? And then Kino, Andy Serkis's character, it says, I can't swim. Like, this entire fight for him ends because he can't swim. And I wonder if we will ever see him again. Like, if that is the last time we see him with a smile on his face, just kind of chuckling, knowing that, you know, he's probably gonna die, but he's gonna die fighting back. It's so good. It's so good. Dang, dude. Getting a little emotional on that one. Oh, and then that's not even the end of the episode. We also have the brilliant scene where Lonnie, the mustachioed individual, who works in the ISB, Inside Man. I forgot who called that. Either New Rock Stars or someone. A video that I was watching, you know, as soon as this man was introduced, it was like, that guy's an inside man. And I was like, we'll see. He is. He's definitely an inside man. I called it midway through the episode. I was like, oh, he's not fully on board. He wants out. He's like, dude, I have a daughter now. I'm not trying to like get killed by either the ISB or you. I want my daughter to grow up with a father. So he's like, I'm going to give you all this info and then I'm gone. And Luthen's like, dude, no, you're not going anywhere. And I'm guessing he recruited Lonnie fairly early on, because he said he's been working his way up through the ISB for 6 years alone. So he's probably been in the rebellion for 6 years, and now that he has a daughter, he's like, I'm done. I'm out. It's getting serious. I can't do this. And Luthen's like, no, fam. Like, I've been doing this for 15 years. You're stuck in it. And the moments where he's asking him, what have you sacrificed? And he goes on this slightly extended monologue of all the ways that he has had to sacrifice who he is, his calmness, his peace of mind, is so good. And it speaks so much to the sense that like so many everyday individual citizens have felt over the last 4 years, roughly, 4 to 6 years, where it's like, so many people no longer have a sense of calm. Like, every day is a fight. You know, every day comes with this anxiety that our government's officials might strip away some new rights today, right? Like there's no sense of peace anymore for many people. And, you know, in the fight against injustice and in the fight against oppression and fascism, there is a sense that there's, you know, it's not gonna get better. And when he's going on talking about like how he's had to sacrifice any sense of calm, any sense of genuineness within him, he can never truly be himself again. Like he's sacrificed everything. The moments where he raises his voice are so good. He's so good. When episode 3, when he's talking to Vel and he's like, look at me, like that was good, so good. And then this, when he's like, everything, like, just the performances. Whoever directed these actors to perform this way, brilliant. Plus also the actors obviously crushing it. And he's just like, bro, like you're in it. You're not going anywhere. I wonder if that will, I wonder if Lonnie will accept that, if he'll be like, okay, I'm trapped, like I can't do anything, or if maybe he will try and flee with his family, or potential third option, he might flip it around. He might go to the ISB and say, this is the situation that I've been working with. Maybe if I tell them everything, they will grant me and my family mercy. And I don't think that would work the way he would want it to work. So I'm curious to see what happens with Lonnie. Yeah, and then the episode just ends with Cassian and Melshi, the two boys that we know make it out. to Rogue One, just running along a beach somewhere, and somehow both of these men are going to get fully recruited into the rebellion, and I am dying to see how it unfolds. This show's so good, continues to get better week after week, and I'm honestly just like in love with this show. Again, like I said, easily the best live action Star Wars, whether that be show or film, since Empire Strikes Back. And it's honestly, I enjoy Empire, like I enjoy the original trilogy, but I grew up with the prequels. So the prequels have always kind of been my favorite Star Wars movies. So I have a soft spot for them. I saw the prequels well before I ever saw the original trilogy. And when I saw the original trilogy, I wasn't disappointed. I was just kind of like whelmed. I was just like, okay, yeah, those are solid movies, but I like these ones more. Same way I felt about Breaking Bad. Before I'd watched Breaking Bad, all I ever heard was people describing it as like the greatest TV show ever made. And then I watched it and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty solid show. But I wasn't like in love with Breaking Bad. And so my opinion of the original trilogy isn't as high as some people's, right? Like A New Hope is fantastic. Like it's a great movie. And it started this whole journey. Empire Strikes Back is fantastic filmmaking, like top tier filmmaking. Return of the Jedi is all right. I love the prequels. I think. Oh, okay. I would describe it this way. I think the original trilogy are great films, but I don't like, they don't emotionally resonate with me in almost any fashion. Like I don't really feel any emotions when I watch the original trilogy. I feel tons of emotions when I watch Revenge of the Sith. I feel tons of emotions when I watch things like The Mandalorian, and weirdly I cried when Luke Skywalker came back in The Mandalorian. So maybe, you know, subconsciously the OG trilogy affected me a little bit more, but you know, I feel a lot more emotion with a lot of the stuff post original trilogy. Even the sequel, I love the sequel trilogy. Like The Last Jedi is honestly what might be in my top 2 favorite Star Wars films. But this show is so well written, so well produced, so well acted, and it is emotionally resonant, and it's resonant culturally with what is going on in the nation currently. You know, by the end of this first season, I might be able to confidently say this is the best Star Wars has ever been. It's so good. So good. But don't just take my word for it. Watch the episode yourself. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you have watched the episode. People who watch reaction videos without having seen the episode or the movie are confusing to me. Like, how is this a satisfying experience if you haven't already seen it? You know, what are you doing? But yeah, no, those are just my thoughts. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I would love to hear all your opinions, as long as they agree with me. If you disagree with me, shut your damn mouth. Just kidding. No, leave a comment no matter what it says. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. It helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. Again, especially if you want to see me react to more Star Wars content, because I'm going to watch all of it. Obviously, I'm a gigantic Star Wars nerd. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.